Good morning, my faithful, loyal YouTube subscribers. Today it is Friday. It's December 14th, the year is 2018. And as you can see, I have my pretty Christmas tree up. No light decoration right now. Ran into a problem. I need lights to put on the tree. I thought I had some lights here in the house. After I searched all over the house yesterday, I did not find those lights. So now I have to go find, I got to go to Walmart or Target and find white Christmas lights. You know, the white wires, the white ones, so because there's a white tree, so you need the white wires to tuck up in the tree. So anyway, that is my dilemma today. I will be running around trying to do that shortly. But it's raining here in Georgia. It is a cold, wet, rainy day here. It's going to rain all day. And I'm trying to get out of here shortly to get to the gym and some other stuff. All right, so here in Georgia, pretty much nationwide, we know that there's a huge opioid, methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine addiction issue that are striking. There's a lot of, the thing about this is that if you turn on the news, there's a lot of talk about the opioid addiction pill problem in the Caucasian community, white folks. But what's not discussed is that problem, it never just affects one race of people. It affects a lot of people. Black people, white people, Asians, Hispanics. I've seen and witnessed with my own two eyeballs many people I've known for years who are now battling addiction to methamphetamine, opioid pills, meth, methamphetamine pills, coke, heroin. This has been going on for a while. It has gotten worse. So within the black gay community now, we have a huge issue with these young men, not just the gay community, because I have some straight friends who, a lot of people don't view methamphetamine the way I view it. In fact, I've had people sit here right here in my home and say, man, we do meth. I'm like, you do meth? And and they literally describe it as if it's not a big deal. Oh, I've used meth for a few years. No difference than in the 90s when my friends were doing cocaine, and there were a lot of my friends who are now deceased now, who are dead, who were using coke. Cocaine swept through Atlanta, and it just was, and I'm not talking about crack, I'm talking about powder cocaine. People were sniffing up their noses. It swept through Atlanta, but now we have meth. It comes in the powder form. You can sniff it, you can smoke it, you can shoot it up. It comes in various different forms. It's very popular. A lot of people are using meth because it says it helps with their sex drive. That is, they have great sex. I've had a lot of folks sit here right here in this living room and sit at this dining room table and tell me they had the best sex of their life off meth. Walter, you should try something. Oh, no. I enjoy sex the way God intended it to be. Man, y'all can take that whichever way you want to. Like, how did God intend sex to be? It's supposed to be between a man and a woman. Where are you over there? Are you having gay sex? I can see y'all now. But now I don't need any methamphetamine to have sex. At the worst, I might pop a Viagra only because I enjoy doing it, so I don't need it, but I sure will take one. My Viagras did come from, I've ordered some more since that time. Yeah, I might take a Viagra to have some good sex, but I ain't about to take no meth. I have had people I know, good friends of mine, sit at this dining room table. It's a dining room table sitting right here, this coffee sitting on, and tell me that they enjoy doing meth. It ain't a big deal. It's just meth. And I'm thinking, okay. And I listen to this stuff, and I know these people be high as hell, and I know drugs can change your perception of certain things and alter your mindset, and some of these people on drugs are fucking crazy as hell. So I don't say anything. I say, okay, yeah, oh, really? Wow, good sex, huh? Wow, they need to market that. I've not seen them market that on TV, that when you take meth, you have good sex. They could really make a lot of money if they were able to market that on TV and sell methamphetamine. For those who are looking for a good sexual experience, you might be on to something. Have you thought about trying to sell this, package this up and sell next to Viagra? You know, you got to entertain the asses. But look. I am a grown-ass man. I am 48 years of age. If people want to do meth, coke, heroin, whatever, what can I do? I've watched people lives get destroyed behind this. I watched them lose everything. Lose their job, lose their car, lose their home. I've seen friends that who were doing financially just great get involved in a relationship with some nigga and convince them to get on meth because it's going to be great sex. And they lose everything a couple of years later down the line and then eventually lose their lives. I've seen it all. I had a friend who lived in a multi-million-dollar house in Morningside. And the saddest thing is one day I saw him walking down the street on Piedmont Road and he looked a mess. And I pulled over. And I said, wow. I almost said his name. I ain't going to say his name. And I said, what are you doing out here? What is going on? He said, can you give me a ride? I said, I'm running late to my probation officer. I said, probation officer? Running late? And so he hopped in the car and I'm thinking, where's your car? I don't have it anymore. I said, okay. I'm thinking about his house. And so I had got the courage and said, well, how's your house? He said, well, I lost the house in foreclosure. I lost that house. He'd been in the house forever. This man got caught up with some guys this man older than me. He's older than me. The guy I had a lot of respect for. This was a few years ago. Now he seems to be recovering, but he did hold on to some of his real estate holdings. He lost that big house over there in Morningside, though. But I've seen him at the gym a few months ago. He seemed much better. He was working out. He seemed to put on a little bit of weight, but he still had them black rings around his eyes, and that's which is a sign to me. So whenever you see somebody with them black rings around their eyes and their face is you kind of know. I know the signs. So anyway, he was rushing to get his probation officer, and he was telling me, Walter, I've just been having some rough times lately, and he just said it. He said, Walter, I'm a drug addict, and I've had this problem for years, and it's just taking a toll on me right now, and I'm trying to get it corrected, So that was good that he was admitting he had an issue, because it starts with admitting to the issue, and I had a lot of respect for him for bringing that up to me. You have to understand something. This man was older than me. And one of the very first people I met who was in real estate when I moved to Atlanta, he had a successful career, a lot of good positive things going. But to me to sit there in my car, and be giving him a ride someplace, and he's trying to get this probation officer, and he's running late, and it was just, I was in shock. And that's when it hit me. I said, wow. And like I said, this was a few years ago. He seems to be doing better, but I've had a lot of friends walk down this path. A lot of friends. It starts off with recreational drug use. And everybody thinks they can handle it. Oh, I can take it. I've had friends. I've been in the gym community for years. I love working out. I have had friends that were 300 pounds of solid muscle drop down to 185 pounds. There's a young man on my Instagram, and I've watched him over the years. We've met on many occasions. And I used to admire him because he did bodybuilding shows. But in recent years, my God, he has crashed something terrible. And I've learned from his ex-girlfriend that he's living in a hotel and that he was on drugs, he was on meth, he was on coke, he was on heroin, and I'm thinking, wow, who would ever thought he would have failed this hard? So when you watch the news and you see them white folks on TV talking about their heroin, their opioid addiction and pill problem, because this man also had a pill problem. You never see us. Because one of the reasons why you don't see black folks, because we've been told, I grew up in a household, Mr. Alberta Hampton told you, silence, you don't discuss nothing. Sweep it under the rug. You don't just tell nobody your business. You don't put it out there in the universe. My mother would say, you don't claim that. We don't claim that here. We don't claim drug addiction problems if we having a drug issue or something. My mother would see. I know a lot of black households, homes that people. We have been told to be silent, and you don't speak about this stuff, and you don't let anybody know your personal business. And if this is drilled into your head as a kid, as you grow older, you realize, and when you're suffering from problems like sexual addiction, drug abuse, alcoholism, whatever, you don't say nothing. And that hasn't served us well at all. That's why you don't see us sitting on the news talking to reporters, talking about something. Well, I had to have a door because we don't want nobody to know our problems. Because this has been taught to us as children to shut your fucking mouth and sweep it under the rug. And it is a huge problem here in Atlanta. I mean, it is massive. I'm meeting friend after friend after friend, I meet a lot of younger guys. And it's sad to me because you would think people would understand that methamphetamine is a very powerful drug that can cause serious harm to you, mentally, physically, and financially. But they don't get it. They don't know this. They don't know it. So when you have this many people running around doing meth, there's a hell of a lot of people running around with this issue. And I don't even know where to even begin. Because when you see guys, because I know personally know guys who work out frequently, who are in the gym, working out, running, jogging, but they use meth. And they don't see anything wrong with it. And they don't see anything wrong with it. So I don't know. Excuse me, y'all. I'm drinking this coffee this morning. How could you be so caught up in health and fitness and not know using pain pills and meth ain't healthy for you? You making egg white omelets and oatmeal for breakfast every morning with a side of methamphetamine. That don't make sense to me. I am being very serious right now. Because once you people start taking those drugs, they start off recreational use. They use it to party with and have sex with. And then gradually it seeps into their everyday life. Just like having a cup of coffee. And that's when things start getting crazy. And they start missing work. Or going to work and doing crazy shit. I had a friend who, I never forget this, he worked for a hospital. And he was the person who, anesthesiologist, I can't pronounce stuff around here early in the morning, my tongue like, what? My tongue still sleep. What'd you say, anesthesia? What? Nigga, we in still bed over here sleep. But he was the person who would help you if you were having surgery, he put you to sleep. He was an whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say is early. Anesthesia what is that damn word? Anyway, he put your ass to sleep. He was stealing the pain meds and using them himself. And he ended up going to jail behind us. And I saw this woke up one morning, there he was on the news, he laying in bed. He said, it was a friend of mine, and I'm thinking, wow. He was up there at the hospital here in Atlanta stealing pain medications that should have been used to put the patients under to put them to sleep. And he was taking the stuff and not giving them proper, something, I can't remember all the details, this was a few years ago, but he eventually died. He died of a drug overdose. He never recovered. And that's the sad part about this, is that so many of these people that I see here in Atlanta on these drugs if they don't correct this issue, they're going to end up losing their lives. I've lost a lot of friends over the years to drug addiction, overdoses, and not taking care of their health. Then you throw in that HIV, it is just it's a storm in here. And listen to me, y'all. Because I know a lot of you people don't understand this. But this problem is not just in Atlanta. It's in Los Angeles. It's in Chicago. It's in Washington, D.C. New York has it horrible. Miami. It's in every urban city. Not just black gay folks. It is black folks. White people, Hispanic people. This is a major issue here. So don't be fooled by watching the news and you only see the white folks up there popping pills. There are a lot of black folks popping pills and dying of drug overdoses. You just don't see it on the news. You just don't hear about it. Because like I said, we've been taught to be silent about our issues. We ain't going on WSB TV news talking about something. I have a pain pill addiction. No. Because we're embarrassed about it and ashamed about it. They'll see that people will sit here at this dining room table and tell me all kinds of shit. But they're not going to sit here on this YouTube video and share those same stories. Because they don't want nobody to know. But they'll sit here and tell me their stories. Their fetishes, their desires, the shit that they go through. Sometimes I sit here in total shock. I've had to pick myself off this dining room floor numerous times. I fell on the floor. Why? Where am I? And I've learned, I don't judge people. I've learned to just listen. Because a lot of times, people, that's all they want you to do is listen. I can only direct them. I wouldn't even know where to even start telling people where to go and get help at. I have a few resources that I call, a few people that I know of. A lot of these people are not even looking for help. Not yet. They're still in the throes of it all. They're still enjoying it. I've had so many people tell me about how great sex is on meth. I am in total shock. They say it is in the most, they say it's a mess. I've had so many people describe to me that the best sexual encounters they had on meth. I'm like, really? You do meth to have sex? Oh, Walter, it's just a meth. I ain't about to do no meth and have sex. Because it's going to end up, first you start off having sex, meth with sex. Then, like I say, it's going to end up having dinner with meth, then breakfast with meth, and working out with meth, going to church with meth. You know, it becomes a daily part of everything you damn do. Oh, going to work on meth is just great so I can get through that shit. I don't need it. But I'm not, I'm a sober type person. You know, I do like a vodka and cranberry every now and then. I'll never just sit here and drink a whole bottle of vodka. I have a couple of vodkas and beer and go my ass to bed. If I'm out of the club, I have a couple of vodka. If I'm at a club, I might even have something like a Long Island iced tea. I just prefer something a little bit stronger to deal with that foolishness in the club. But for the most part, I'm sober and I know my surroundings. I know where I'm standing. You won't ever catch me drunk, falling out on the floor, high as hell. I like to be conscious and awake and know where the fuck I'm at and what the hell is going on. Shit, this house why would I come here and get drunk and high and this house catch fire? They find my ass dead in here. They don't tell me this street might go up in flames by these cheap lights from over at Target or Walmart. This is a live tree. I at least want to be sober enough to get my ass up out of here, grab up Vanny, and Earl, you coming or what? Are you gonna stay? What? The house is on fire, buddy. You might want to get up and get out of here. Me and Vanity, we leaving. So I don't know. I like to be sober. I don't need those types of drugs. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not attacking anybody because I know a lot of people are going to say, you're attacking me. Look, if y'all want to do drugs, knock yourself out. If you want to do methamphetamine and fuck every nigga in town, have a damn good time. I don't give a fuck. Just keeping it real. I really don't care. And then people sit here and tell me that shit. I say, okay, that's nice. Well, let's go get some breakfast. What can I do? These niggas fucking like wild dogs around the city. You take meth and it keeps your dick on hard all day and night long. They walk around with a hard on all day trying to satisfy that. That's the reason why they do the meth, because it keeps their penis on hard. That's what they told me. I wouldn't really know if that's what they're using. And I don't know. To them details, but they go to the guys have to stop. So you giving too much information right now. I really don't want to know what you doing sexually when you on meth. Because I done heard some crazy shit. But it's too early for me to tell you about one of my friends told me his fetish. You know, where he loves being slutted out. This man stood right in his kitchen and said, then he told me the stuff that he was doing. He liked being, I had never heard this term, you know. Maybe, I'm almost 50. When he said he liked being slutted out, I didn't understand really what that meant. And he started explaining it to me, and this is his fetish. He's not on the meth head, too. Very attractive looking brother. Nice, handsome, attractive brother. I sat there I was sitting in the kitchen at this point. He was telling me about he liked being slutted out and what he liked guys to do to him. And I can't go into the details because it's about 8 o'clock something. And what time is it? About 8. It's 8:30. 8 in the morning. Too early for all that shit. Maybe I'll do a video about it after dark, after midnight. Because the shit he was telling me, I was like, okay. This is what you into? You like being slutted out. So if y'all got Google, what does it mean to be slutted out? And see what it says. I never really That's the number. I'm Googling it now just to see what it pops up. It doesn't really say. No, it doesn't use the term they use. But that's what he said he liked. And he liked to be with multiple people at one time and all this crazy shit. And it just was a shock. But that's what drugs do to you. We have a problem here. And it's not being addressed. And it can't be addressed if people are continuing to hide it and ignore it. It's funny, every time I have a conversation with my mother about drug use within our family, she acts like, so who's on drugs? She acts like she's so shocked. I'm like, Mama, huh? My mother really can play that role of blonde-haired, ditzy white woman. I said, Mom, I just look at you. What? What do you mean? She acts like she's so shocked. I'm thinking, what's happening? Now, come on now. My mother would act like she don't know anything about you. I'm talking about watch. Are you sure? I just look at my mother like, you didn't know that this person was having this problem, Mom? Come on now. My mother been like this for years. It's weird to me. But she don't like dealing with issues, so she act like she don't know. Well, I didn't know. You running this person around here, there, and everywhere, you didn't know this was going on? Anyway, that's another video. I'm getting to my mother today. Anyway, today is Friday, December 14th, the year is 2018. I'm about to take a shower. I want to go to the barbershop today and get this beard kind of trimmed up some. I was kind of letting it grow in some. And it's kind of growing in uneven, so I'm going to have him trimmed up. The last time, the problem when I go to these barbershops, they whack it down. And I'm like, why did you do that? I mean, I had my mustache real nice and thick and full. It was perfect. Then I was barber, and he shaved it out. I'm like, what did you do? So I had to let it grow back. It was perfect. I like a full mustache, a full beard. But these guys, you go to these barbershops, you tell them, don't do this, don't do that. And they do everything you told them not to do. And it's like, okay, but it'll grow back. So I really don't come back. I said, okay, it'll grow back. It looks good, but it's not the way I wanted it. And so this barber, I normally go to him and sit down in that chair again today with him and say, let's go over this again. The do's and don'ts for my beard. He going to still do what the fuck he want to do. That's what he's been doing. But anyway. If you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. Let me know what you all think about the opioid, methamphetamine, cocaine, heroin addiction problems, that problem that we're seeing in our communities. And is it in Atlanta, it's very bad here. People I would never, ever have guessed. I have a friend who does reality TV shows, and he is having some very serious problems. Very handsome man who I had a lot of respect for. It's heartbreaking what he's going through right now. And I would have never thought he would be involved in something like this, but it just, anyone can. His career was going in such the right direction, and now it's taking an about face because of his drug problems. And people don't understand that when somebody starts down this path, it can be very destructive to their careers and jobs. You can't do drugs and get up and go to work the next day. Something will go awry. And that's eventually what happens is these people end up losing their careers because they lose a lot. They lose everything. So, anyway, like I said, today it is Friday, December the 14th, the year is 2018. This year is almost gone. If you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. Maybe the next time y'all see this, do another video that at least have the lights on the Christmas tree. I'm going to run around and find them lights this morning. I got to do that and get this haircut and go to the gym. And you do all that and be back here by 1 o'clock. All right. I'm out of here, you guys. Enjoy your day. It's Friday, December the 14th, the year 2018. I'm out of here.